What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Berm, and today I'm hitting the VGC ranked ladder with a GMAX GRIMMSNARL team that has the potential to be the spiciest team I've created in a while. More recently, I've been making sort of fun teams. I made a Delibird team. You can see it over there to the left. For Christmas, I made another Christmas-themed team. You can see it over there on the right. Those teams were fun. They had a little bit of synergy. This team, I was like, you know what? I had a commenter recently who was like, I wish I could make GMAX GRIMMSNARL work, an offensive GRIMMSNARL set. And I was like, man, I wish that too. So that's what we're going to try and do today. This team's very weird. It's got 2 bullet punchers on it to activate the weakness policy on GRIMMSNARL, and the GRIMMSNARL has Pickpocket. That's its hidden ability. Normally not the ability you'd run on GRIMMSNARL. Obviously, GRIMMSNARL gets both Frisk and Prankster as its normal 2 abilities, but Pickpocket allows it to grab the item off the Pokemon that hits it with a physical attack. So, on the same turn that we hit ourselves with Bullet Punch and activate our weakness policy, we will also be able to give ourselves either a Life Orb or an Assault Vest. Kind of a cool strat if you ask me. And then, you know, Zapdos, Dracovish, Incineroar, all there for just type synergy. And also, they're good Pokemon. You know how it is. Hey, if you want to use the rental code for this team, let me know your enthusiasm for the team. Let me know if it's worth making a rental code for by liking this video. If we hit 50 likes is going to be the like goal for this video, so that I share the rental code, and I will share a rental code. I'll make another video with this. If you're watching this in the future and this video already has 50 likes, then jump into the description below, because the rental code, I always go back and put the rental code into the description of a video that reaches the like goal. Yeah, and make sure you subscribe so that you can see the other video in which I use this team again. It might be slightly different. Sometimes between, you know, the like goal video and the actual sharing of the rental code video, I will make a tweak or two to the team. Sometimes I'll swap out an entire member, but it shouldn't be too different because I've tested with this team a decent amount. I think it's pretty solid. And yeah, let me know what your favorite Pokemon is to see here. GRIMMSNARL is the focus of the team, but Lucario is kind of fun to see too. And Zapdos is just good as heck, and I have not been using it on teams as much as I should be. Anyway, thanks for clicking on this video in the first place. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to support. I'd appreciate it. Help the video reach more people. And let's jump into our first battle, shall we? Okay. I don't know why they're using Primarina. Primarina is bad Tapu Fini. Everyone knows this. It might have Throat Spray on it. That's like what it has over Tapu Fini. The ability to use Throat Spray. Let's see. I think we might be able to pull the GRIMMSNARL thing. My only worry is that if they lead the Sand lead, then GRIMMSNARL just gets, you know, smacked by an Excadrill. Although Lucario and Hitmontop both threaten Excadrill as well. If I lead Hitmontop and GRIMMSNARL here, we could be in business. Let's bring Dracovish in the back, because that just has a really good matchup against the Sand setup team. And then who else looks good here? I think Zapdos might look the best. Although maybe Incineroar would just be good too. No, Zapdos just because of the Primarina. If both of them, I think, bring equal value, we'll go with that. I will say, as cool as it is and fun as it is to have a Lucario on this team, a Lucario that is not just the classic beat up. What is it? Justified? You know, Lucario doesn't come a whole ton. Although it is nice when you do bring Lucario and then you are able to pass that Life Orb, because the Life Orb is pretty slick. Okay, so we do manage the attack drop onto the Excadrill. What I think might happen here, though, is that, well, are they going to want to stay in with Excadrill with the attack drop? Because then they could switch, if they do want to stay in, they could just switch hard into Tyranitar here, or Volt Switch with Regieleki. Do I think that's going to happen? Well, that's the question, isn't it? Let's actually turn one. Let's just fake out here. I don't think Hitmontop's not going to go down this turn. So I think we do get to have a turn where I can just max Starfall into that slot in case the Tyranitar comes in. What would be annoying is if the Excadrill targeted... I guess nobody switched out there, so Excadrill is going to target Grimmsnarl, but it's not going to Dynamax, so that could give me some... that could give me some life here. It's also going to activate my weakness policy if it goes for an Iron Head, so we won't need to go for the Bullet Punch either. Ooh, protected. Okay. I mean, that's nice for them. Solid amount. Solid amount. Did I steal its item? I did. What did we get? Oh, we got an Assault Vest anyway. Nice. Clean. And they can't kill me with an Iron Head here. So, that's pretty good. If I do say so myself. Now, I could close combat into the Excadrill. I think I'm going to double into Excadrill. Go for the GMAX Snooze here. Because I'm not scared of the Regieleki at this point in time. I'm also thinking the Regieleki is not going to be the one to Dynamax here. So we're good. We're good to hit that thing. It's fun because when I was building this team, I wanted to put as much coverage on Grimmsnarl as possible. It's even though Dark Fairy is a very cool typing, it's not the best typing coverage-wise, so you actually do need to include, like, Ice Punch. And you do need to include... What's my other move? Oh, it's Fake Out. Okay. That kind of destroys my point. Who is this? Ooh, I don't mind hitting that thing with a close combat. At all. What was I saying? Ooh, Volt Switch. There it is. Not going to do much. This is a very bulky Hitmontop. It's got Assault Vest, but it's also... I think it's plus Special Defense Nature, max HP. It's also got some defense investment. It's very bulky. It's meant to live. What was I saying about the Grimmsnarl? Oh, and so because I wanted so much coverage on it, it ended up having 4 attacks anyway. And then the Pickpocket idea came to my head. And I was like, oh, it actually wouldn't be a bad thing if I got an Assault Vest on this thing at some point. After popping a weakness policy, get out of town. I also just think that GMAX Grimmsnarl is so sick. It looks so cool. It really, really does. Okay, here comes the T-Tar. Setting up the Sandstream. Which is just begging for... neither of these Pokemon does... Like, I don't think I kill Incineroar here. I might actually make it Drowsy, which would be kind of cool. I think I might want to switch out my... That did a lot of damage. And we did make it Drowsy. That's sick. Okay, I think I do want to switch up my Hitmontop. I'd rather have that Intimidate for the Excadrill and the now Tyranitar still at full health. And I do think I'm going to play rough into that T-Tar, even if it does pop a weakness policy. So, why don't I switch hard into Dracovish here? I think that, if anything, they're going to go for a Flare Blitz into my Hitmontop. I just don't anticipate a super effective move coming in. There's no way a super effective move comes into my Dracovish here. And now we can just go for a Starfall into this T-Tar, because the Incineroar is just going to fall asleep if it doesn't switch out this turn. It's definitely a very fun team to use. Because even though Grimmsnarl doesn't have great stats, even though Grimmsnarl doesn't have the best move pool, it's got one thing on its side, at least on this team, and that's the element of surprise. Okay. Parting shot into my Dracovish, actually. Alrighty. I'd have done the same thing. I'd have gotten Incineroar out of there so that I didn't fall asleep. Oh, you know what? He wouldn't have fallen asleep because, yeah, because I used Starfall first, so you actually can't fall asleep in misty terrain. Fun fact. Super, super fun fact. Ooh. Notifications. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to Vicious Rend still into the T-Tar slot, and I'm going to Sucker Punch into the Regieleki slot. I don't know who they're going to Dynamax here. Ooh, Fake Out. Not Fake Out. This GRIMMSNARL is also, the reason it has Fake Out on it is because it actually does operate kind of well just as a support Pokemon in the back if you choose to Dynamax Zapdos in a game, let's say. None of their Pokemon are full health, so they can't get the full full experience at a Dynamax at any point. Sucker Punch, going to go right through that Lucky. Great to see. Great to see. And we get the Vicious Rend. Choice Scarf Dracovish coming in clutch. That's awesome. I wish I could say I anticipated that the sand would be set up and that this was a Sand Rush Dracovish. It is not. I think it's weird because everybody was so excited for Sand Rush Dracovish. Hot take here. I think Strong Jaw is still better. I really do. I really do. Okay, so my play here is going to be, I got to get Dracovish back out. I'm going to go right into Hitmontop. They're going to Dynamax their Excadrill. Actually, yeah, because their Excadrill, I thought I hit their Excadrill. They hit my Grimmsnarl with Excadrill. So Excadrill is going to be what Dynamax is here. Let's just get the Intimidate off. Big time. And also, if we can stall, they only have 2 more turns of Sand left, yeah. So if we can stall the Sand and get Dracovish back in here, that'd be sick. I still am going to Sucker Punch into that slot, though. Because I'd like to get damage off. If I had to guess, we're probably going to see a Steel Spike into my Grimmsnarl at this point. And Grimmsnarl, by the way, I think is back at neutral. Because we took a couple Intimidates there. This is definitely 1,000%. I'd bet my father on it. I'd bet my father on it. Excadrill. Okay, buddy. Go easy on me now. Did they Fake Out into Grimmsnarl like they should have? Nope. So I do get 1 Sucker off. That does a good chunk. Happy with that chip. Steel Spike into the Grim, and they're finally able to take out my Grim. Now, do I Fake Out Incineroar on this next play? Or do I go for another Intimidate switch out? I don't think I do, because I definitely want to save Dracovish for when Excadrill is no longer big and Sand is no longer a factor. Am I ever going to get that chance, though? I'd have to live 2 turns here. Let's go Zapdos. Zapdos is actually a really great Pokemon to have here. Because I don't think that Excadrill at -1 attack can deal with Zapdos very well. If it does have, like, Rockfall, let's say. I could just Close Combat into the... Should I Fake Out or should I Close Combat? I'm just going to Close Combat. Yep, just going to Close Combat. Into the Incineroar slot, and then we can also just go for a Heat Wave, I think. Or I could Protect. No, let's go for some damage. They don't have the Assault Vest anymore on their Excadrill. We know this. They still go first, right? Because of Sand. That did a lot of damage. That did a lot more damage than I thought it was going to do. Oh, and something avoided. It was the Excadrill. Sick. But they're not going to kill either of my Pokemon, which is the biggest thing. Because that means we stall out Sand. And that means that we save Dracovish. For once Sand is gone, right? So they get... Oh, Sand... Wow, they had like Smooth Rock on their... What is that? Smooth Rock? Is that what it is? Okay, yeah, so we're actually not going to stall out Sand, but we can stall out Dynamax still, which is, in my opinion, just as good. And Close Combat's going to hit hard here. Heat Wave's going to hit hard here. Something's going to hit hard here. He can't hit both of me. He can't hit both of me. Get the Quake off. Good choice. And I guess Rock Slide is the biggest fear now, right? A burn here would be sick. Oh, that did a lot of damage. Okay. I kind of think that honestly, even if he hits me first here and reduces the damage output of Fish's Rend, I still think that we take this thing out. I think we've gotten into that range at this point. And we go for Heat Wave just in case the Rock Slide misses or in case he targets just... He hits both Rock Slides. Flinching me out could be an issue. Just don't do that. Oh man, is he really gonna cheese me? Is Earthquake kill here? He is at -1 still. High horsepower, okay. Didn't kill me. Vicious Rend should kill him. Thank you. Okay, great operation of the team. A couple of slip-ups maybe here and there. A couple of things out of our control here and there. But that team operated pretty well, and GRIMMSNARL was a presence. It definitely got our momentum going right off the bat, and so they had to sort of catch up, and they almost did. You know, credit to my opponent where credit's due. But we definitely still carried out the plan, and GRIMMSNARL helped us do that. Good game to my opponent. Next battle. Lily. This is Lily's team. That's a pretty standard team. Interesting that they don't have sand with their Excadrill. Not unseen, not unheard of. Just interesting. Very well-rounded team, obviously. They do have a Trick Room option. But also, GRIMMSNARL is pretty mid-speed tier. It's kind of annoying how mid-speed tier it is, but it's going to scare them into not wanting to go for... Once they see that it's an offensive GRIMMSNARL, they're not going to want to go for Trick Room. But at that point, it might even be too late. So we'll see. I do like Grim as a lead here, to be frank. Maybe Lucario, too. I think I'm going to bring Lucario this time, because Lucario doesn't care about Intimidate, can't get faked out. Yeah. Maybe we can get a Life Orb on that thing, which we might need, because we also might take an Intimidate. I think Incineroar comes, yep. And I think Zapdos. I definitely think Zapdos. Okay. Well, that was easy. Yeah, it's not Dracovich's game because Dracovish doesn't really do anything to Tapu Fini, and also it just doesn't love Grassy Glide. And there's a couple of Intimidators there. And the potential for a Trick Room. So Choice Scarf is not an item you necessarily want to have. Okay. Incin Dragapult. GRIMMSNARL Lucario. We do take one Intimidate. Lucario doesn't take an Intimidate. It's a special attacking Lucario with negative attack. So it doesn't totally matter, to be honest. But if I get big here, and I go for a star, I think I'd rather get rid of the Incineroar, if I'm being honest. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And we will Bullet Punch into ourselves, because I anticipate that they're going to go after Lucario here. And if we give ourselves the Life Orb, it helps negate that attack drop. So we'll get the Weakness Policy boost, we'll get the Life Orb, we'll still have the attack drop. But, you know, passing over that Life Orb is going to help us at least handle that. And now I am just a little bit scared of what... Dragapult doesn't immediately threaten either of these Pokemon in my head. But... Dude, he's so sick. He's so sick. We do see a Fake Out into the Lucario, which does not work. Inner Focus. I wonder how many people think that this is a beat-up strategy, by the way. I don't think GRIMMSNARL gets beat up. But I wonder how many people think, just based on the lead, that I'm going to Dynamax Lucario instead. Oh, wow. Really? Wow. Of all the things that could have happened in that first round, I did not anticipate taking a Will-O-Wisp. Oh, great. And now I set up the terrain so that I can't even, like, snooze him back. Wow, I did not think GRIMMSNARL was going to get Will-O-Wisped there. That is new for me. Okay, yeah, we Starfall now into the the Dragapult slot, and we can now Aura Sphere into Incineroar. See how much that does. We no longer have our Life Orb on the Lucario. So it might actually not kill based on how the Incineroar is built. A lot of Incineroars, I feel like these days, maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that there are more bulky builds, and I think they're more specially bulky builds. Incineroar is actually going to just leave. Bye. And Porygon's going to take an Aura Sphere, which I don't hate. It's Attack Rose. I like that. Dragapult protects. Okay. They're going to do a great job of stalling out my Dynamax, though, to be honest. Hey, when's the last time you saw an Aura Sphere animation? That's pretty good. And Starfall's going to do as much as it can possibly do. Now, what could they have in the back? Like, am I scared of the Trick Room going up here? They have Dragapult out, so... okay. And they have Incineroar in the back. What other Pokemon did they have? Yeah, do I think they're going to set up Trick Room? Kinda no. I still just might want to kill the Porygon just because Porygon can jump off a bridge. Yeah, okay, so I could also Max Strike into Porygon just to slow down the Dragapult. It wouldn't actually because of Clear Body. It's an ability that Dragapult has. Let's just Starfall into Porygon. Let's just double into Porygon, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I just want to get rid of the Porygon. I don't want it to sit there and be able to recover and do weird things. Breaking Swipe comes out first. Interesting move to pick there. Yeah, that Dragapult's not scaring me, especially if it's not going to Dynamax. So, the thing I'm most nervous about at this point in time is that I have used my Dynamax to little avail, and they still have a Dynamax. But they have one less Pokemon. Their Dragapult seems like it's not going to be doing much. And their Incineroar is also at, lower health than it should be. So whatever that fourth Pokemon is what I bet is going to Dynamax. It's looking like it's going to be the Rillaboom or the Finny, maybe? Okay. Hey, wait a minute. They intimidated me on the first play, saw that I was Inner Focus, and still went for Fake Out. That is a blunder on my opponent's part. Let's Sucker Punch this Dragapult. Even though I am burned and whatever. Let's do this. I guess he could Fake Out Grimmsnarl. And if he does, then he does. Maybe I should have Spirit Breaked into Dragapult. Sucker Punch, it's not that big of a deal if it gets an attack off, They're Dynamaxing it. Oh, wow, they're going for it. Okay. Well, oh, wait, is that Incineroar? Is this Incin? It's Incin! Wow, whatever they have in the back must not like the Dynamax. That's interesting. Okay. Went for Sucker Punch. He did not attack. He went for a Will-O-Wisp. A Light Screen. Okay. That's smart. That's a super support. Dragapult. Wow. Okay. We are not doing damage there. Max Flare comes out. Takes out my Lucario. How bad is that, though? I have my own Incin in the back that I can come in now and just get the Intimidate off, so that's pretty good. And I can go for a Spirit Break now into the Dragapult. I'm also going to Parting Shot into that Incineroar, because there's a good shot that my Incineroar is slower than theirs. So if I can do that... Is my Grimmsnarl even going to outspeed their Incineroar? It might not. It might not. But let's still do this. I don't want to switch out Grimmsnarl. And maybe that's a dumb mistake that I'm making, but... Breaking Swipe once again. I know that these Dragapults exist. I just haven't come up against one. They attacked first before my Incineroar, which is frustrating. Because I'm not going to get to kill that Dragapult. But I am going to get 3 attack drops on this Incineroar by the time that this turn is over. Which is very clean. That's quite good. Zapdos is going to appreciate that. And I can just protect with Zapdos on this next turn. Because you know that thing's about to take a Max Flare. This is also my special Incineroar, by the way. I always forget that that's like a very weird set. This is like a Heat Wave, Snarl, Incineroar, because I just see so many Incineroar mirror matches. And if this guy if this guy doesn't die during his Dynamax, he's probably going to switch out, and he's probably going to come back in for Fake Out and Intimidate support. He'll get the Fake Out support, but the Intimidate won't matter as much. Maybe I should just really try to kill this Incineroar here while it's in front of me, so that it doesn't get that support. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Like, Incineroar's definitely got to attack here. So we go for a Heat Wave. But do you attack with Zapdos here? Go for a Volt Switch maybe, or do you protect? I think you protect. I do. I just think you have to. Breaking Swipe is actually not even getting my attack. Like, the attack drops aren't mattering. Flare into the Zapdos. That did so much damage still. It was a crit. Why? Why even go through the process of intimidating? Okay. Now we definitely Volt Switch into that Incineroar slot, and we Heat Wave. And here's the reason why. Finny, Rillaboom, and Excadrill those are the only things that could be in the back right now. It's either going to be weak to Electric, or it's going to be weak to Fire. So we can Volt Switch here, and we can Heat Wave here, and something's going to get hit with something. There goes the Incineroar. What's going to get hit here? It's the Rillaboom. It'll be super effective. Heat Wave. You're welcome. I don't think it'll be enough to kill, unfortunately, but it will be super effective Heat Wave. And the Volt Switch will tickle too. Is this a contact move? Can you get paralyzed from that? I wonder. A burn would be sick. But alas. Heat Wave could kill that Rillaboom, actually, if they don't Fake Out Incineroar here. Or I could double Heat Wave. No, I think I really need to preserve Zapdos. I really think I need to preserve Zapdos. Do I? Yeah, I do. I do. Because Zapdos needs to kill that Incineroar. If Rillaboom fakes out Incineroar here, incredible play. No, they're going to try and get more attack drops, I suppose. I mean, that's a great switch, too, because now they could Fake Out Zapdos on this next play. And I can't protect. I could try to protect. I might try to protect. But Dragapult is just chipping away now. And honestly, that might be my undoing. My undoing. How intense does that sound whenever somebody says that? My undoing. Grassy Terrain's still around. Wait, what disappeared? Oh, the sun. The sun. Okay, well, if the sun's gone, then I might just start going for snarls. That could be my change. No more light screen. They're probably going to go for a light screen. I did honestly forget that they had light screen up. I could try to protect just to stop the flinch damage. I think it's actually more beneficial for me to go for an attack here. So I do think I'm going to try to go for Hurricane into the Incin. They get up the light screen. They did not go for a fake out. Awesome. They may as well have gone for fake out. And they take out Zap. Can we get a para at least? Give me a prayer here. No. And we missed the snarl. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's just such a bummer that this game could have gone another way based on choices that the trainers were making. But RNG is going to weasel its little way in here and force us to miss a Hurricane, miss a Snarl. What else happened before? Something else happened before that. Am I crazy? Yeah, I mean, that's just... no bueno. There's no real any point in playing this out, I think. I'd have to get a Mondo Snarl crit onto this Incineroar. They know I'm special now, too, so they can just go for their own Snarls. And they have a light screen up. It's, oh, that's what it was. They crit my Zapdos through a Protect with Max Flare, even though they were at -3 attack. Zapdos would have way more health that entire time. It's okay. It's okay. I can just complain about that. And I can just say that I lost because of a crit and 2 misses. It's fine. It's a bummer that I'm, like, quitting this battle, that I'm, like, leaving it. But I think we all see the writing on the wall here, yes. Even if I got my own RNG back, I don't think there's any way that I beat these final 3 Pokemon. And it's just a shame, right? Because I feel like I was in a solid position at multiple points during that game. I'm not saying I was going to win, okay? But I think my opponent even would have rather played that out. Nah, when you get RNG, it's like the best thing that's ever happened in the game. And when it happens to you, then it's like unfair. So I'm man enough to recognize that. Good game to my opponent. Next battle. That's a scary team. This team is not messing around. Yeah, lots of threats there. Can I get away with anything here? The Metagross is scary if it wants to just destroy my Grimmsnarl before I can destroy it. That's not great. I mean, Intimidate's my friend here. They don't have any Pokemon that, you know, counter Intimidate, so that could be really nice for the Rillaboom and the Kartana. Not going to affect the Metagross, unfortunately. But we have some answers to Metagross. I mean, maybe I saved the Dynamax for Zapdos in this game, but maybe we also just play it by ear. Who can I lead to start? I think I want to lead Intimidate. Or yeah, I think I want to lead Intimidate. I can also just lead Grimmsnarl Zapdos turn 1. I think I actually like that a lot. And then we can bring Intimidators in the back. Incineroar and Hitmontop. I think this is a Zapdos Dynamax game. So if turn 1... there's like any reason why we would Dynamax Grimmsnarl, then maybe we do it with the idea that we can go into Hitmontop after that. When you lead Grimmsnarl and Zapdos, I'm pretty sure they're going to target Zapdos out of the gate. Although, I don't even know. Is that true? Is that true? These two. Okay. So they can fake out something if they choose. But I really, really think that I want to Dynamax Zapdos. I just do. And I want to Sucker Punch that Spectrier if I can. If they don't fake out my Grimmsnarl. Which they probably will, but... Oh, I could also fake out something. I could fake out the Rillaboom. Yeah, let's do that. Let's fake out the Rillaboom and let's just get big and just go for an Airstream hard into the Rillaboom. Yeah, let's do that. I understand that Spectrier could do some real damage here, but we're gonna Dynamax and they're not gonna Dynamax. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they have a lot of Dynamax candidates on their team, so they could just be saving it for Metagross or something. Does my Grimmsnarl outspeed a Rillaboom? It might not, if it's like a Jolly Rillaboom. No, yeah, see, they outsped me. Okay, so we don't get Fake Out off. That's a bummer. They taunted my Grimmsnarl, which is kind of funny. The element of surprise. No status moves here, buddy. I love that. I love that. Yeah, big time. And then I think my play is... I think I'm going to Sucker Punch the Spectrier. And should I Airstream or should I Flare? Just to give me more firepower against the... Yeah, I think I Flare, because that weakens their Finny and also makes me hit harder against the Metagross if that's what's in the back. And they can't protect... I mean, Rillaboom probably doesn't have Protect. We get the punch off. That does what we need it to, so that's sick. And they go for a Glide into Grimmsnarl, but Grimmsnarl should be okay. Slick. And now they have to bring out their... We kill both their Pokemon. I'm surprised there was no Sash on the Spectre. Like, Spectre to me is either going to Dynamax turn 1, or it's going to have a Sash. So I'm wondering what that thing was. It was a dead horse. That's the answer. And now it is a dead horse. And this is great, actually, because the fact that I didn't Dynamax Grimmsnarl gives me the opportunity to Sucker Punch the Metagross, too, if I really feel like doubling down on that thing. And there's Finny. So I could also just Spirit Break the Finny. Lower its special attack. I want to do this right, though. So I think I actually might want to have to... Man. Metagross is just... Both of these Pokemon are so scary for the Pokemon I have in the back. I mean, I could Snarl the Finny and that would be okay. I think I have to target Metagross because I think Metagross is the candidate to GMAX. Or I could switch out Grimmsnarl because there's a chance. Well, we're going to Spirit Break the Tapu Fini, and we are going to Max Flare the Metagross. The reason why is that I think they can only kill one Pokemon on this turn. I don't think that they kill Zapdos here. And if they do, they'd have to do it by doubling into it, which means that I would still have the opportunity to Sucker Punch in the next turn if they leave Grimmsnarl alone. And they can't switch out anymore, so getting any special attack drops onto the Finny is great. And there's even a chance that after a Spirit Break or two, after a special attack drop or two, they... Ooh, they're not even weakness policy. The Moonblast stops threatening my my Assault Vest Hitmontop at a certain point. They did not double target Zapdos, so I'd be shocked to find out here that without a weakness policy activation, that they're able to kill Zapdos here. Rockfall, though, that's interesting. I actually have those goggles, so I'm not going to get hit by sand damage. That's nice. Yes, and so now... I could go Hitmontop and, like... Close combat. The Metagross. And I could Heat Wave right now. Close combat Heat Wave could be a good option here. I don't think Moonblast is going to kill Hitmontop. I really think that getting that Spirit Break is going to put me in a position that I don't die. But I do have to Heat Wave, I think, this turn, just because if I switch into a Rock Fall with my Incineroar, then that's bad news bears. Heat Wave doing a good amount of damage there. Probably going to get a Moonblast here. Don't think it's going to kill unless it crits. Oh, that didn't kill at all. That was clean. That was absolutely clean. And now our biggest problem facing us is just the fact that we don't have super effective moves against the Finny. It's not the end of the world, though, because if we just snarl enough, then that thing just can't hit me at all. Oh, we did not kill the Metagross. Oh, yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I just assumed I was going to kill it, but I guess that was stupid. Yeah, because I'm not an offensive Hitmontop. I'm defensive. I could Bullet Punch it. How much HP do I think it has left? Because Bullet Punch is going to do absolutely nothing. But it will hit first. So I think that's what I have to do, and then I think I still just Snarl. Yeah, because that'll hit both. That's so weird, but I think I have to... This Bullet Punch has to do any amount of damage. Oh, no. Could I lose this? I mean, of course. Of course I could. Rockfall. Incineroar does not like that. It dies to it, in fact. Oh, beans, dude. That is a bummer. Wow. I needed Incineroar. I guess I should have faked out. Faked out Finny? No, that wouldn't have done anything. Well, I could have faked out Finny and gone for another close combat, I guess. Oh, that's so bad. They could just protect Metagross if they think I'm going to Bullet Punch again. I think what I have to do is assume that they're going to protect Metagross, and I have to get like a Mondo crit with a close combat. Because otherwise, I don't see this going our way. Nope, they didn't even protect. I mean, yeah, they could also just double in and probably kill with something. Wow. I threw. Did I throw? Yeah, I mean, I could have faked out Finn. No. Close combat wouldn't have hit before Rockfall still killed me. Or would Rockfall have killed me if they didn't get that Muddy Water off as well? Wow, I am just how, dude. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. Rats. Good game to my opponent, though. Hey, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed this team and you want to use it for yourself, 50 likes, trying to get to 50 likes, help this video get to 50 likes, and I'll make another video in which I release the rental code for this team. Or if this video already has 50 likes, check the description below, because chances are I will have already updated the description to include the rental code that I shared, because you're in the future and I'm not. Hey, this team is really fun to use. I hope that Battle 1 was a good example of how it can work, because in one of the battles I faced some RNG, and in one of the battles I was just bad. So hopefully you're able to see past that and realize that this is actually a very fun team to use. It's, you know, it's got viability, which you like to see in a team you're going to use to try to get to Master Ball tier, start of the new season. And this team could be the one for you. It takes 2 seconds, throw a like, I'd really appreciate it. And it would help the video reach more people, help the channel grow. And isn't that the meaning of New Year's? Happy New Year, by the way. Yeah, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. And until next time, my name is Berm. See you later. it's just such a bummer